my mom hours to give birth to me. So much so that doctors and nurses figured it would be okay to take a lunch break since they'd be there forever. Maybe it's cause I was scared with everyone there, but as soon as the room was empty and my dad took a bite of a sandwich, I decided to come through. My mom gave birth to me pretty much by herself. What a hero. We should name her Heidi. Really? The most ridiculous Swiss name you could think of? We might as well have named her Cheese Fondue or Swiss Army Knife. After arguing over it, they agreed on Luna. Luna means moon in Italian. It's no wonder that I grew up to be a dreamer. When my parents split, I was a little upset. Pack your suitcase. We're leaving. In order to keep me from destroying our house, Mom decided to take me on a trip and explore the world. Life was amazing. Why don't we travel the world for the rest of our lives? Mom was skeptical. I just graduated high school. It's the perfect time to take a break. And how will we afford that if I don't work? Ugh, see, the Lunas of this world, the dreamers, we aren't made for sitting in classrooms for hours. So we're not gonna travel the world? I'm not saying we won't. I'm saying I won't. And with that, she just gave me a wink that could have meant two things. Either she was giving me the green light to go on this trip alone, or she had something in her eye. Either way, I was left feeling confused and a little nervous. I had never traveled without her before. I mean, she was the one who packed my bags and reminded me to put on clean undies. But there was no turning back now. I ran out of things to break in the house, and Mom was starting to look at me like a caged animal. I needed to get out of there before I started gnawing on the furniture. When I told my mom I planned to go to Australia, she looked at me like I had announced I was joining the circus. Australia? That's on the other side of the world. Yes, because I got the best deal. I used my student card to get the cheapest package to Australia during peak season, and there were no other countries available, so I had to act fast since there was only one spot left. Do you know how big the spiders are in Australia? Of course I knew, but I had refused to Google anything about Australia out of fear I'd get too afraid to go. I had to do this. It was now or never. Obviously, she wasn't thrilled, but I went to grab my suitcase from the attic, feeling excited for my trip until I saw a spider. It wasn't a horror movie spider, just a tiny one that I could easily crush with a tissue, but my phobia of spiders caused me to panic, and that tiny one looked like a giant 8-legged beast. I wanted to scream and run, but my legs were frozen in place. I swear, I could hear the Jaws theme playing in my head as I slowly reached for the door, trying not to alert the spider that I was there. I managed to shut the door without letting out a scream, but as soon as I was back downstairs, all hell broke loose. I started hyperventilating, my arms flailing around like some sort of demented windmill. The next day, Mom dropped me at the airport. I'm gonna miss you. You can still change your mind and come with me. You know I can't. The trip to Sydney took forever, like at least 40 hours. I was daydreaming about my future. What if I fell in love with a handsome, sun-tanned Australian? What if the universe had this planned for me all along? As I made my way toward the airport,